Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and it's match day 15 in the Bundesliga, and it is going to be the last set of games before the teams go for the winter break. So it is going to be extra crucial game, and all the teams are going to be on there to toss to make sure that they send their fans to the festive period with with happy memories. But not all fans are going to get their wishes. Quite a lot of exciting games over the weekend as well. So let's go ahead and start making our prediction. And the first game is such a massive game. It is Bayern Munich versus RB Leipzig. It is first versus fourth in the table. Bayern Munich, like, they lost to Mainz over the weekend, their first defeat of the season. So they are going to be looking at getting a revenge, looking to for a response, and they are playing at home as well. The last game before the winter break is at home, so their fans are really going to be up for it. It is a Friday night game as well, so the stadium and the atmosphere is going to be rocking for Bayern Munich. Leipzig, on the other hand, like, till match day 9, match day 10, they were on level on points with Bayern Munich. It was 1 versus 2. Then Leipzig go ahead and they lost 2-3 games, and that basically sort of almost derailed their season, but they've had a sort of a mini comeback. They have won their last 2 games, an important victory against Frankfurt over the weekend, and they are now just 6 points, as I said, behind Bayern Munich. So they know how important this game is. If they inflict another defeat on Bayern Munich, the gap is going to be just 3 points, and they are going to make sure they're going to try their hardest to make that happen. I think it will be quite an interesting game. I think it will be quite an entertaining game. It is going to be filled with goals, but I just don't see a winner out of this game. I think both these teams are going to go ahead with full bravado, but I just don't see. I think there's not going to be a winner out of this game. I'm going for a 2-all draw between Bayern Munich and RB Leipzig. The next game is Stuttgart versus St. Pauli. It is 6th versus 15th. Now, Stuttgart, they are in a really good form. They have won 3 out of their last 4 games. They defeated Heidenheim 3-1 last weekend. And as I said, they are looking really good. They are very, very close to those Champions League places. And they know that Leipzig, by the time they play, Leipzig might have lost that game. So there's a big chance that if they win, they can get into the top 4 and get into those Champions League places. So they are going to be really up for it. They are playing against an St. Pauli side, who are at the 15th in the table, just a point above the relegation zone. They have lost 4 out of their last 5 games, but the thing with St. Pauli is, like, they are a really good away side. Despite being in the relegation zone, they are really good, and they have not really lost that many games away. The majority of their defeats have come at their home stadium. They have just won once in their home stadium, so they are a really good away side. And this is the type of game where Pauli can go and be the party pooper for Stuttgart and their fans. And I would not be surprised if that ends up happening. But because of how good Stuttgart have been the last almost a month or so, I'm going with them, but I'm going to give them a slight edge. I'm going for a 2-1 win for Stuttgart, just because they are the home side. Then it's another exciting game. It is Frankfurt versus Mainz. It is 3rd versus 7th. Frankfurt, they lost to Leipzig over the weekend. It was quite a good game, one of the best games in in Europe this weekend. Such an entertaining game, and I think they're going to be quite disappointed that they did not get anything out of this game. They are home this time around, and they are again playing a Mainz side who defeated Bayern Munich. They ended their unbeaten run in the league. They are 7th in the table, but just a point behind 6th place Stuttgart. So they are really fighting for those European places. I think it will be going to be another quite an exciting game, entertaining game, full of goals. But I think Frankfurt are just gonna go ahead and nick it. Marmoush, I mean, he has an amazing season. For me, he has been the player of the season already in Bundesliga, and I think he's gonna go ahead and make sure that the Frankfurt fans go into the Christmas period with a win. I think Frankfurt are gonna win it, and I think it is not going to be an easy win. But in the end, the scoreline I'm going is for a 3-1 win for Frankfurt. Up next is Holstein Kiel versus Augsburg. It is 17th versus 14th. Now Holstein Kiel, they have lost their last 5 games in a row. They are not in a good form, and everything is going wrong for them. They just have 5 points on the table. They are playing against the Augsburg side, who themselves have not really had a good time lately. 1 win in the last 5 games. They are really struggling. I think this is one of those games where Augsburg are going to look at it, and they're going to see that this is one game where we can get the 3 points. Holstein Kiel, on the other hand, and they're going to look at this game, and they're going to think that we are at home, and this is a struggling side, and maybe we don't lose this game. And I think this is what's going to happen. I think it will be a very close game, very hard fought game, but it is not going to be an exciting exciting sort of a game, and I think it is going to end up in a draw, and I think it will be a goalless draw as well. I'm going for a 0-0 draw between Holstein Kiel and Augsburg. The next game is Werder Bremen versus Union Berlin. It is ninth versus 12th. Two teams in a completely a different set of forms. Bremen are, flying high at the moment. 3 wins out of their last 5 games. They are undefeated in their last 5 games. Union Berlin, on the other hand, 3 defeats out of their last 5 games, and they are winless in their last 5 games. It has been a really a bad time for Union Berlin. They just cannot get anything positive out of anywhere. They played against Bochum over the weekend, and you would have assumed that they would have gotten something out of this game, especially that Bochum were down to 10 men for like almost 80 minutes of that game, but still UB were not able to get more than a point of this game. Bremen, on the other hand, they are in such a good form, and I think this form is gonna continue. The way that they are playing, it's really good, and I think they are gonna end the winter break with a win, and I think it's going to be a comfortable win as well. I'm going for a 2-0 win for Werder Bremen. Up next, it is Hoffenheim versus Borussia Mönchengladbach. It is 14th versus 11th. Hoffenheim, they are really all over the place. They are so inconsistent. 1 win in their last 5 games, and they are so poor, to be very honest with you. I really don't know what to predict whenever Hoffenheim are involved in any game. I really just don't know which team is gonna show up for the weekend, because they could be amazing for 1 game and then be atrocious for the next 3 or 4 games. They are playing against Borussia Mönchengladbach side, who are they are 11th in the league, but they're like a point behind this 7th place Mainz. They're 2 points behind 6th place Stuttgart. So they know that a good win here, and they can be right in the for me they are still in contention for those European places. So they know this is one of those games where they cannot really afford to drop silly points. They have done they have dropped silly points here and there, and that is why they are so far behind. Otherwise, the way that they are playing, they should be easily in the top 6. Tim Kleindis has been an amazing signing, 9 goals already in the league, and I think he's gonna lead them to victory yet again against Hoffenheim. I'm going for a very close, hard fought 2-1 win for the away side. Moving on, it is Bayer Leverkusen versus Freiburg. It is second versus fifth. Now Leverkusen, they are just 4 points behind Bayern Munich, and if my predictions of Bayern Munich are dropping the points in their game against Leipzig goes it becomes correct, by the time they play, they could by winning this game they could be just 2 points behind Bayern Munich. So Leverkusen are really gonna be up for it. They are in an amazing form, undefeated in their last 5 games, 4 wins in a row as well. Playing against the Freiburg side, who themselves are doing really good. The problem with Freiburg is like they are quite inconsistent. If I'm being very honest with you, they can easily go on a 3-4 match winning run, and then they are going to lose 2 games in a row as well. So Freiburg are that sort of a team, and I think Leverkusen are much more settled. They are much more composed, and the way now they are thinking, like their mind is right back on. They had a little bit of wobble a couple of months ago, where they started to drop the points, but now they are on the right track, and I think they are going to continue. I think it will be quite a fun game between them and Freiburg, and I think in the end they are going to win it. I'm going for a 3-2 win for Bayer Leverkusen. And from a massive game at the top of the table to a massive game at the bottom of the table, it is Bochum versus Heidenheim. It is 18th versus 16th. Bochum are winless in their last 5 games. Forget 5 games, they are winless in the league till now. 14 games played, and they have not won a single game. Playing against an Heidenheim side who have lost 6 of their last 6 games. So both of these teams are coming into this game in a dreadful way. But the thing is, Bochum have played really good football. They have just not able to get over the line. There are games where they have lost, where they have drawn as well. Like for example against Union Berlin, they were down to 10 men, but they somehow some way played good football, took the lead, but were just not able to hold on to it, and they lost that. They drew that game. So there is a big chance that Bochum finally win a game. Heidenheim are all over the place. Like I just don't know what has happened at that club, with the players, with the managers and everything. It is going that has gone absolutely wrong there, and something needs to change. And I think it might change during the winter break, because I think they are gonna suffer another defeat, and I think finally Bochum are gonna get the win, and they are gonna get the win just before the winter break. I think it will be a very close game, very hard fought game, but Bochum are somehow gonna nick it. I'm going for a 1-0 win for Bochum. And the final game for match day 15 in Bundesliga and before the winter break is Dortmund versus Wolfsburg. It is 8th versus 10th now. Dortmund, what can I say about Dortmund? They have won just once in their last 5 games. Their last 3 games have been draws, and they are all over the place. If I'm being very honest with you, like, I am quite disappointed with the way they are playing. They are dropping points from winning positions. That they were winning the games. They considered in the 92nd minutes over the weekend. Their defense has been terrible. It has been all over the place, and the way that they considered it is like it's so poor. I don't notice. I need to do something really quickly. I said in my review video that forget the title challenge. For me, the top 4 is really in jeopardy at the moment. They are playing. They might not even qualify for Europe as well. Playing against a Wolfsburg side who lost for the first time in like over more than a month, so they would be quite disappointed that their winning streak ended, and they are just a point behind Dortmund themselves. Like, they could win this game and they can overtake Borussia Dortmund, and Dortmund could go into the winter break outside of top 10. That would be something really that nobody would have seen coming, and I think it could easily happen, but I don't think it is gonna happen. I think Dortmund are gonna continue their story of drawing the games for fun. And I think it is going to be quite an entertaining game. I am going for a 2-all draw between Borussia Dortmund and Wolfsburg. And that is it for me. These are my predictions for match day 15 in Bundesliga. We're going to see how many of them are correct. I got 3 points out of a possible 10 for match day 14. 1 point if the entire prediction is correct, along with the scoreline, and half a point if the prediction is right but the scoreline is not correct. So we're going to see how many points I can get for a match day 15. Let me know what you guys think of my predictions in the comment section below. You can make your own predictions as well, and you can play along with me, and we can see who got more points, me or you guys, at the end of the weekend. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 400 subscribers before the end of this year, so please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.